windy today, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now, today, I've just done a little job that I didn't film because I was doing a time-lapse thing of the clouds just then. And also, it's Monday, which means Boaty's coming down. And he's bringing along that car's sister. Yeah, Dick-a-dum-dum. He's bringing it down for MOT. And I think it'd be nice to make a comparison video of the two cars, because this one is the diesel. But before that, I need to give it a quick wash because it is rather grubby. But I have a problem. You see, the other day, a piece of ice broke my bucket. That bucket there, look. Presumably you know how buckets work, and if you do, then you'll know that that bucket won't work, because that gap, that split, will now let water out. Just like a rover panel gap will let water in, that gap will let water out. Buckets, of course, aren't expensive, and I could just go and buy another one. Or I could find another one knocking about in the yard, because there are a few. Or I could mend it. So, yeah, but I'm going to do it the easy way. The R8 Tourer is a place to keep Temu stuff in the boot for the moment. And one of those things is this tent repair tape. I bought this from Temu, and I was never really sure why. Maybe this is why. So I could repair a bucket. I reckon this will work. First of all, we dry the bucket and inspect the damage that is there. Then, with the application of 2 pieces of tape, we assume it is fixed. And there's one way to find out whether that worked. Because I would dearly like to make my car nice and clean. My adventures in the yard continue, but to avoid any boredom, I thought I'd film the clouds as they whiz by instead. Yes, look at this. All the gear out, ready for a spruce up. I mean, it only had one a couple of days back, but it needs another now. I'm interrupting this again to go and clean the caravan out, because as well as all the other jobs I have to do around the yard, turns out that keeping the caravan clean is my job as well. It only takes 5 minutes. Now then, it turns out we do have a guest for lunch as well, and that was a clue, and we'll be seeing him soon. But will I have time to wash my car? It's not looking like it. Let's crack on. Do it again. Come on, wash the car. Come on, wash the car. With every wash I do to this car, I try and improve something, and today it's going to be these wheels, which, as you can see, are a bit grotty, and so I'm going to have to use a little bit of the hydrochloric acid on it to try and get rid of some of that stuff. It's nasty stuff, and if you spill it on the floor, it does that, just like Coca-Cola does, because it's nasty stuff, just like Coca-Cola. That's not working. No, not the acid, this, because it eats away at the spring inside there. And although every time I use that, I've squirted through water to try and get rid of the acid, it still managed to do it in. So I'm going to have to use a cloth. Now, just then, I recorded a little bit of a video where I was cleaning this wheel with a brush and giving some sort of running commentary on what I was doing and why I was doing it. And then I put my phone in the car and I left it running for 7 minutes and decided that I don't want a 7-minute video of the roof lining on my phone where it's taking up space. So if you're wondering why you can't watch that video, it's because of that. The car's washed, it's time to rinse it off. Probably Boaty will turn up whilst I'm doing this. Clean. Now what we really wouldn't want now would be Boaty going on about cleaning cars and boring us all to death with that kind of thing, would we not, eh? No.
Heaven forbid.
You're having a piss down there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to untangle this.
That's what?
That's awkward.
Why?
Martin's coming.
Martin?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because he only arranged it last thing this morning.
Oh, right.
He literally pinged me as I was on my way over and asked if anybody else was doing today.
Wonderful way to piss off the MOT man, that is. Now where's he got to now? Open the door, will he have the heat on? He does, unbelievable! It's not even cold today! It's going to be way too warm in here. You do realise Allegro man's coming. He's a man. He'll be far too hot, just like I will be. Be 2 against 1, do you realise that?
Isn't it amazing how, with a little bit of practice, you can just tune out useless background noise?
I wish it was cold, then I could enjoy that. The good news is the MOT man is not very happy.
Why is he not very happy?
Because he wanted to go on his dinner just then. And it was booked in at 1 o'clock next week.
You're joking?
That's my fault.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know, we've not used the hedgehog of truth for a while.
We haven't used the hedgehog of truth for a while.
So whilst the Dicker-Dum-Dum is in having its MOT and Boat is faffing around in the caravan, I'm going to do a little minor job on this one. Yeah, I recently found a performance air filter for this car, and that's good because the one it currently has is a bit gunked up with stuff and filth. Introducing Allegro Man in the Chippy. Hello and welcome to Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch with Mustard and Boaty and Allegro Man. Have you started recording?
Yes. Unbelievable.
Okay, let's change this.
I've never known anyone.
Welcome to Mustard and Whinging Bastard.
What standard of table manners do we need to have here then?
The ones that you naturally have, I would say, would be best.
Okay then. Right, that'll do then.
That you are very well liked amongst my subscribers.
Yes.
Because you're an honest chap who does good work on cars.
Yeah, I've
And
noticed
starts
that.
every phone call off with, "Now then!"
yeah.
Citroen.
No, it was what was it? Japanese car of some nature. Was it a Syria?
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, of course.
And he very kindly took it on and
Sold it.
yeah.
Well, they're just very bland and dry, and
Yeah.
I've got bored of them.
Yeah, well, that's what I do with chips as well.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
we
the
can
thing
have
is
a
though,
proper
it'll just turn up because you've told me the story of how he came about. He did just turn up, didn't he?
You did, yeah.
Whereas I actually genuinely met you through buying a part off you.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Yeah.
Whereas he stalked you.
No,
Yeah.
I bought a part of him.
Oh, right, okay.
But no, you didn't.
I did.
I gave you the part.
Yeah, but I came to buy it and I offered you money for it.
Yeah, but I didn't really think it really... Because you came a long way, and because you wanted to meet me, I didn't really feel...
I didn't want to meet you, I just wanted the part. It was doing my head in.
Fuck off. You came 60 miles for something that would have gone in the post for £3.
I made a video about it, it's on record. What was your job?
I was a carpet measurer for 20 years. I was doing shop work in carpets.
So how would that work? Would people bring their carpet to you to measure? Or did you go to them?
Have you ever lifted a carpet?
I've lifted the edges of it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not knock on doors, but people would come to the shop, they would arrange a measure, then I'd go out in a van, measure it up and give them a price.
A price for measuring it?
No, for what the carpets may cost them at our shop. So in other words, the shop would give them... That would be a quote.
I'm confused.
It does pretend to be dim sometimes.
No, I'm genuinely confused.
How? Why is that confusing?
So, you go and get your carpet measured?
No, you don't get your carpet measured. You get the space measured so you can have a carpet fitted.
Right, so you're not really a carpet measurer then? You were a space measurer.
Right, but that is a point.
Well, did he actually measure it? Have you ever measured a carpet? Or do you just measure
Yeah, when I cut it, you doil them.
Doil them.
Yeah, but the first thing that you measured would be a space, not a carpet. Measuring things for a living. I could do that.
But measuring anything. So like you have your hotline. You have a nice big red telephone. I mean, that's right off the top, isn't it? And suddenly it rings. Boaty, something needs measuring.
Yeah.
Get down to Doncaster now.
Yeah.
And then you get in your car and you've got like a
you've got like a lamp on the top that's really bright and it flashes away and people know to get out of the way
Yeah.
because measuring man's on his way.
Yes.
It's a case of
That's what we should have called. He shouldn't be called an Allegro man. This is him, not me. That's what he should be doing.
measuring man.
He should have a special outfit with measuring man on there. I mean, I'm just a wannabe. He's been a professional measurer. I started off in public school, yeah.
Do you know why they call it public school when it's actually not really public?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Okay. Glad I asked him that one.
Have you ever milked a cow by hand, Captain?
I don't really get interested, to be honest.
I think, well, if the only way of actually getting milk in your tea was you had to go out to the cow that you parked outside
Yeah.
and get your own milk, you probably would, wouldn't you?
Well, don't answer it for him. Ask him the question.
Well, I'm putting words in Allegro man's mouth
Yeah.
because I want to make sure he says yes.
I'm going to call him measuring man.
I don't think it's about being intimate. I mean, obviously it's about being...
It's like the difference between sleeping with your wife and sleeping with a prostitute. If you sleep with a prostitute, you've got to wear a prophylactic device,
Right.
and you lose that sensation of skin on skin,
Yeah.
and so it feels less intimate. And it's the same when you're milking a cow. You want that contact.
Have you ever milked a cow?
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
But
What about a cow garage?
it's like a.
If you had a cow, what would you call it?
Wilfred.
Wilfred. I was expecting you'd have a cow name because you've always wanted one, and you know exactly what you'd call it, like most people would with a dog.
Well, I think that's disrespectful.
Why? Oh no, why? Because you're saying, well, that's like saying all cows are the same.
No.
Bolty, come on, boy. Hey?
I'll give you a wave.
Yeah?
See you later.
You deserve that. Which car do you think is best of these two? The plan was to take them both out, but we can't do that now because Boaty's car's failed its MOT. It means he's going to have to live here until it gets fixed, which is just a little bit inconvenient, but at least it moves around all by itself, so it could be a lot worse. The conversation, the debate, heated, went on and on and on, until eventually I got fed up of recording. I keep thinking that Prince Andrew here should actually be called Roddy, but that's just down to its number plate. Prince Andrew is its name, that's what's staying. But what about this car? Now, the performance air filter that I put into it, has that made any difference? Well, we're about to find out. Here we go. So all I can tell you is that it just catches up slow cars very quickly.